Effects of the shift in the definition of the term woke has serious consequences that Alabama's former United States Senator Doug Jones says should not be taken lightly.
I think that anytime people become aware when they weren't really fully aware of injustices, whether it's racial, social, whatever, and they become aware and they would like to do something to rectify those injustices, I think that's a good thing. Unfortunately, there are folks in this country who see that as a radical view, which it's not a radical view, and they tend to weaponize it. They tend to use it as a political term against political opponents, trying to imply that there is some sort of far left radical agenda, when it's really not. It's really just simply making sure people are aware of what is going on in this country, in this world, and trying to rectify wrongs. And no one should be opposed to that.
During the interview, Jones reflected on moments that he believes served as catalysts for a national awakening of America's conscience.
But let's remember what happened just in Birmingham, Alabama in 1963. The year began with marches in Birmingham, what they call the youth movement here, the Children's Crusade for equality, for recognition of civil rights here in Birmingham. The result was fire hoses and dogs that were splashed across TV cameras across America. And all of a sudden, the injustices of Jim Crow really started coming home. That people began to see what was happening. Then, at the same time, a little bit later on, you saw more bombings in Birmingham. You saw the murder of Medgar Evers. You saw a governor of Alabama standing in a schoolhouse door simply to block two black kids from enrolling in the University of Alabama. And then you had the church bombing in which 4 precious young girls were killed on a Sunday morning in a house of worship.
Senator Jones prosecuted 2 Klansmen for that bombing at 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham.
And all of a sudden, people's consciousness did wake up. It was a woke moment for so many people in this country about what was really happening in the South and across the country. And it really gave impetus for this work in Congress and the president at the time, President Kennedy, then President Johnson, to work on a civil rights bill and later a voting rights bill.
His personal commitment to fighting injustices remained on full display. While serving as senator, Jones read Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s letter from a Birmingham jail many times on the Senate floor. He also pushed for support of the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, the Equal Pay Act, and a bill that protected the LGBTQ+ community from discrimination. He says this was his way of using his platform to remind others of the ongoing struggles for racial equality.
There's still discrimination in this country that exists today. And so I felt it appropriate to try to use my position as a United States Senator to try to just bring attention to those so that other people might recognize these.
Do you consider yourself woke?
Oh, I don't know what, look, if that term means, have I become aware over the course of my many, many years on this earth of injustices that still exist, and have I tried to have a career and a public life to try to help correct those justices? Fine. I don't really give a damn if somebody wants to charge me with that label or not, because I think it's the right thing to do. I think we should be treating everyone with the same dignity and respect and giving everyone the same opportunities.
Senator Jones, I invited close to a dozen lawmakers, state and local, on the right, conservatives, Republicans, to come and be a part of this conversation. They either ignored my request or declined.
Right.
Why do you think that is?
They're uncomfortable because they really don't know what they're talking about, and they would rather use it as a political cudgel to benefit their own personal political agenda rather than actually try to do good things for all the people.
Senator Jones says one way of ending the woke culture war is simply backing away from political polarization and finding unity in shared values.
Try to look and see where we can find common ground. And if we can do that, I think people will slowly kind of work back toward the middle a little bit, which is really the center in this country is what has held this country together for almost 250 years.